Today, we'll bring to you the question and answers interactive session with the renowned and professional Dr. Igwe on health matters. Join us and please don't touch the dial.
Sometimes man waking at me. Oh my God. A way no will of life. Man, money got what you have in your hands. What you have to do sleep last. He will wake it. Never out and I think that my come money window. When for TV, damn no you have no, and I can't find us. It takes God fearing child. A chop of that. No, yeah. No question that you hear. No question I can change me here. A question that you hear is money. What are we saying? Please, our Father. Here, I just mean the teacher promotion. Come on, one also get a Yakico. I'm new to Corico. Man, things now fall apart. Ya can't do a boxing. Name may need neither committee. Can we get it? A painful situation. I'm a one of free audit. Not committee number. Relax, young. No way, all my cable can keep up. Mama, can we get the consciousness of everyone? The need, 9%. Only impact. I have to adopt. Only many goes. It is net. Because the more you tell, the more you make. In our mothers may really grow. Because I know the doctor. Because not cover I know. Because my life I'm waiting for question. Abi? Because my donor. I know this.
I must say that I am overwhelmed at this meeting. That is why whenever I'm doing whatever I'm doing about this program, I'm very passionate about it. This is you went extra mile here. Referring to the director, you went extra mile at convening this meeting for the purpose and for the goodness of your parents. Me, I've never seen anything like this before. I want to appreciate you, sir. Now, doctor, you know, one aspect of health which I never learned in this mental health. If I Nigeria BP, sugar, and gas, this mental health is a very serious thing. I had a preacher say sometime that the reason why women live longer than men is that the female one is better. Why you have a woman that female? Ewo, Timo, he. See, why only that is easy and again. See, my Romeo. At the end of the day, here they make the person can remain. There is so much pressure in this country now. Businesses are having problems. And all these things are new. I know who working on that is. Because let me understand now. Even in them, they depend on the one I go to have. Who want to know where all depends on the one I could have Bruno. It depends on how much pressure that will be on you. In Africa now, what am I saying? So, when we view Maka, man receive bad news. He had a family, Are you not recommending, or is it to be recommended? Come on, yes, you look at although I think you're quite only know when is money, come on, something else, man. That's psychologically high in the
All right, thank you. It's a simple answer. And I already mentioned it. Maybe you didn't catch it. As in, there are two things we do for ourselves. In fact, three things we do for ourselves with respect to how to solve mental problems. As in, number one, make sure you belong to a social group. Belonging does not mean that participate. Have people you relate with. Odeya and make it all man aware. Keep from you. Then there are some things only that will calm you down. Now, in addition, your participation in those things will take your mind off from it, and you will now see benefits. If you hear, that is one aspect. Then I talked about your relationship with God. That's how they cry to God. Ufolu will just start singing. You will express yourself, and in that way, you are releasing out things. You ought to go good. Then thirdly, I said whenever you notice that you are not responding well to things, always see a doctor, especially monthly checkup. Bring it up in your discussion. For example, if I call a doctor, am I making sense? Yes, he has a perspective. So by the time you get your checkup for prayer, he will tell you something, and that thing he will tell you will definitely help you. So these are three major things that can help you. Thank you.
Praise the Lord. Kedu nwere ikwu okwu maka mental health anyị today. Ikpewu maka time eji aza all. Dịka mụ ha m transporter and a na-eme college. Ọ bụrụ na hello. Ọ bụrụ na m nwere maybe ngwa afịa my trust me. Many times, and a series of issues, maybe with the custom, the police. Within that period, and a issues, maybe with custom. I'm a transporter. I'm a college. I'm a going go out there, pattern, illegal, illegal family. Depends on the good scenario. I'm going to make a call. I'm going to get a problem. They can be seen now one phone. All the problem your manager cannot solve. You know, as a director, call the other, you call you directly for you to solve the problem. Like all the phone because of that mental health, or money to pay for a business. Never settle on now. I will allow the call to work to ring and cut off. What will I do?
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, I'm sure you know what our question on us, right?
Yes, I understand.
It's simple, very simple. Now, the recommendation I gave for standard recommendation, just like Hannah said, make sure you eat 3 times a day. I need not hear really the same time. Okay? So I gave you a recommendation about how to cut down. So, nega an example. When we're in the can see go here. Go on my call get it. So get all this here. And you notice here that kind of pressure I have every day. I have every day. You got to go. Oh, you don't gonna be man of every day. So all this is called there. You got to go in here now tailor it according to your own arrangements. Do you understand? Good. For you, maybe every peak hours, every peak business hours. So and so time when business na better, calls na better. Now you can use that time as your own call time. Then those less peak hours, let it be the time you're fasting from the phone. Among with the yes. So it's not actually a strict thing, no, or a recommendation, so that you will now tailor it according to your own. Because the woman Emma, the baby so good is a day. maka ọ bụrụ na ị maghị mmeri ya na-aga n'ihu ka ntụnye obere azụ ọ bụghị biznes niile ka a na-ewere. Am I talking to somebody? Eziokwu na ihe dị hard. Ọtọkwa na ịdị ndụ bụ na ị ga-asọlve problems. Ịchịkọcha biznes niile after 2 months ịga onye ọzọ ewere biznes. We must learn to say no to some things we want. That's a fact. It's very important. Although they solve our problem at that time, manager can solve their problem, custom now. You buy your phone for 1 hour. You ain't gonna need because it's jail. That's the honest truth. And there are sometimes you do everything you're supposed to do, and it still will not work. So now the most important thing, which is where I'm going to with respect to the answer to your question, is number one priority is your life. Not the business, your life. Because one year didn't do it, now handle business. Thank you.
Adijomo boy, Basara chemical food and organic food. Makana, I cook balanced diet. Manigata telefona ni otutin nyai ne 99% for chemical food. 80,000 one of Mudazara. Oh, we have married some months ago. Oh, the Mangana is Basara organic food and the chemical food. My eyes opened. Because now I don't need it and they might you don't go for chemical food. It's over there called G. Makonya and Alpha 1 year. So now, I want to demand about organic food. So, where was there organic garlic? So, told the question up here. We organic garlic, we chemical garlic, we dish. So, and the Otutoya Tata 99 is chemicalized. They are foreign attacks, only one attack or Yakona. When area of the attack, I'm out of the village. And I was waiting here. They look to you. I'm never totally grow cancer for so many days, years. Only an announce canned food. And the Otuto Ghana boy, they have been able to carry. Yani, you when you can quite a brand upon a chemical in here being a course of Moyanina. Doctor, Keda advice again, Basara, chemical food and organic food.
I generate a chemical food and organic food. If you don't like a bone, that's the fact. Most can you do for a you don't mean it like chemical food or come on with the chemical teacher and you don't mean you na indage mostly fertilizers when I call you good. What I have to say is number one, there are things you don't have control over, and there are things you have control over. That's number one thing you must know. For the things you don't have control over, leave them. Focus on the things you have control over. For example, I can myself because I'm not being told chemical I don't know possible. Why I get it more? Because as far as she's concerned, I want to share. Some of my drink they do not think it. Or better walk, but next time I don't have that with that. So that is part of the one you can't control. You understand? So, but there are things you can control. There are food and are processed food. Where food and are organized, cultivated food. Stay away from processed food. Simple. stay away from them. In fact, right now, we are being encouraged to stay away from foods here. How many of you mind this? About we have a phone. Canada a phone. Pico, Bari also. These are the kind of things I will advise you to stay away from. Very obvious things that you have control over. But away from young, Gary, all those other ones. If you have access to Kijakaliko or Kama, but if you don't have access to Kijakaliko, all you need to do is just maintain quantity of efere rice. Can you remember how Hankoa? Efere rice. Efere rice was 1/4 for carbohydrates, half for protein. Then the remaining 1/4 for fats, oil, vegetables. That means the person can efere nigi for protein. I can kata. Man efere again you okay? So the things you have control over, they are the things you can avoid. But the ones you don't have control over, just maintain normal diet. Normally you can buy that and go to the neighbor's supermarket. Go to Canada. But I will say, well, 1 or 2 things. I can prepare balanced diets. It's not expensive. It's not on how expensive, but it is on how rich it is. Joseph. Yes. Thank you very much.
I hope you learned a lot from the simplified explanation of our dear doctor. Remember, a healthy man is a wealthy man because health is wealth, and without good health, you can't accomplish your end. At TRAFS, we are not just interested in teaching the pupils and students. We are there to make sure that our dear parents live healthy in order to eat the fruits of their labor later on in the future. Remain blessed.
Bane nyalo mo gbe nyaka ne jelo borozi owe buli be kru kaneme